feel like they are kings. So they move around, they just pull up the nozzle and they tell you that, oh, we're not selling for till the manager said they should not sell until the next 2 hours and all of that. I'm trying to understand the excuses that have been given. Logistics, I don't know, maybe they changed the NNPC, changed the logistics officer. How come all of a sudden? Sometimes they said it's artificial scarcity. We're going to focus on all of these things today, and then I want to believe that by the time we're done today, I would have 1 or 2 reasons to ask, maybe answers to some of the questions that we've been asking. My guest today is Engineer Abdallah Mohammed Sanni. He's a player within the energy sector, as he's going to help us understand why we where we are, despite the excitement with the Port Harcourt refinery that was reported to most likely going to kick off in December last year, and this is April. In fact, April ends tomorrow, so by Wednesday we're going to step into a new month, meaning that it was about 4 months to when they told us the Port Harcourt refinery would start working. Now there is the Tğğᴇ conversation. They said the price of diesel is crashing, so the price of petrol as well. But it's unfortunate that people are buying petrol in an oil producing country for 1,000, 1,002. On Saturday when I was leaving the office, I saw people hawking fuel by the roadside, 1,005 per liter. So they were selling 4 liters for 6,000 naira. That's crazy. And because Nigerians have to move around, people were buying, which is quite unfortunate. I'm trying to understand what other definition you want to give when you are trying to explain what exploiting other people is. 1,500 per liter by the roadside black market. And I'm wondering, this fuel being sold by the roadside right in front of the filling stations, where did they get them from? Well, Engineer Abdallah, Mohammed Sanni joins me on the show. He's a social commentator, he's a business consultant, of course, he's a big player within the energy sector, and he's also the CEO of Griffin Energy Limited. Good evening, Engineer Mohammed Sanni. Good to have you on the show.
Mr. So you did not tell me your name?
Mr. Opeyemi.
Okay, so Mr. Opeyemi, I've been listening to your program, and I'm very happy to join your program to enlighten Nigerians on what actually is happening to us in this country. Nigeria is the country of plenty and the country of scarcity. We have everything and we lack everything. It is very unfortunate to say, because if you look at the suffering of the people and what is happening to Nigerians, you pity the whole situation. I started by saying that we have everything and we lack everything. The reason is that we are not producing anything in this country. We are not producing anything in this country. Even the so-called farm produce that we are getting, how much, how many, for how many population? Up to now, we still depend on peasant farmers to feed. The mechanized farming are not there. The government policy of farming is not even visible, because if you say you want to produce corn, for instance, which is a byproduct for, which is a raw material for producing chicken, eggs, and what have you. We are even importing corn, as I'm talking to you now, in Nigeria. We are importing. I'm not talking of other additives that we don't even have at all, that we have to depend on importation. But even corn that takes 40% of production for poultry farming, we don't have. Talk of fishery. The local producers, they are suffering, because sometimes whatever they produce or the fish that comes out are not big enough, or because all the ingredients are not there. Then today, the cassava that we are supposed to have in abundance, Gari has risen from 350 naira to 3,000 plus. So you can see that the problem of Nigeria, take corruption away. Corruption is another aspect that if you want to deal with, all of us will start crying. But even production that we are supposed to have, I'm not talking of manufacturing, I'm talking of local production, of local foods. not sufficient. It's not sufficient. Talk of insecurity in the north that has hampered production over there, although that is the area that actually the region that produces food for Nigeria. Yes, the northern, southwest, when you talk of north central, then northwest, then the production. I was actually opportune to be in Benue about 2 years ago. I happened to, by virtue of my education, I was brought up in Europe, Russia precisely. Then I ventured to go around the Benue State because I think Benue State, they call it a basket.
The food basket of the nation.
Nigeria, food basket of Nigeria. I went to where they produce oranges. Oranges alone in Benue State is a mistake of the state. But what happens that 70% of what they produce rot away in the farm. No preservation, no factory to produce juice, no sanitation. In fact, the local harvesters of the product just climb. They don't even climb. They have a way of shaking the tree,
and it falls off.
And so transportation again of even the one you pick to destination. How many will survive? So we are producing what is not enough. And even 70% of all this production we are talking about is not that maybe it's government control. Of course, they will stay by the road to collect their taxes. But who cares about the maintenance? Who cares about efficiency? Nobody. Right from the state government to local government, nobody cares. So these are the problems we are facing in Nigeria. We are not supposed to be a hungry nation. Nigeria is the country of abundance. Everything we have that God gives, because of nobody cares. We are lacking everything. I did it. How do we turn our agricultural production at Abuja Investment House? How do we do this project? I have investors outside the insecurity. We can come to your country, of course, with our technology, with everything, even tractors and all the rest. Where is the guarantee? The guarantee on foreign investors of it. So these are so many other things. There's so many things that is hampering production here. Why would you look at it? We have plantain, we have banana. Export banana, crude oil. No infrastructure. So we have what we call multiply by 36 states. But say if we say the federal government handle, tell me they are not viable to invest in the so-called IGROs. What is not safe, can't you cry? Because their 4 months production is this of South Korea. They are making in 3 months. I mean, in 2 months, is the whole budget Nigeria is shouting about. The current budget is about $27-28 billion. That is where the House of Assembly is draining from. That is where we are paying our Navy. Having this country is based on that budget. And that budget is a producing nation. Nigeria is not doing it. We are idle. We are not doing anything. If we are doing something, I can say, yes, we are doing something. But we are not doing anything. Just imagine the numbers of cars we have on our roads. 99% or 100% of our cars are imported. That is not even enough. You import all these cars. Even the crude oil we have, we are still importing the petrol to feed this, for these cars to be able to move. Then out of the trucks, all the trucks in Nigeria are being imported. The trucks that are carrying our food, they are feeding on what? Imported diesel. So tell me, how can this economy be healthy? How can we have surplus? I can go on. I can
yes,
go on and on and on.
I'm going to have to hold your thoughts here. Engineer Sanni, we've listed a lot of the problems here. We've highlighted some of the challenges that we are facing as a nation. You've also touched the area of our budget, the fact that despite the fact that we don't even have the capacity to fully finance our budget, we're still spending unnecessarily. I was going through the budget on Saturday. I watched an interview for the head of a budget, Akinyode, and he talked about the fact that the federal government included purchase of vehicles for traditional rulers in the budget. So I went to check it, and I saw it. I saw some of the things, and I kept asking, what exactly is the business of the federal government building the fact that even the cars that we import, we still import the fuel to use those cars? These are the challenges that we have. But let's start looking at the possibility of having solutions to this. Now, he talked about the fact that they also talked about the fact that they've acquired over maybe 500,000. But where do we go from here? I read through your profile and I saw that you spent quite a lot of time in Rush. Report that 60% of the farming was done at the large scale in a mechanized form in those countries. What do you think the government of the country should do to, in a way, move us from everything we consume in this country? We have the land.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. During the communist state of Soviet Union, the Russians, I'm talking to you now, of course, Russia is sending wheat to some other African countries because of the fact that they have excess. It's corporate farming. They enter into food last week. We have that big bread now. It's to be able to have enough, have the technology. Our land is good. If somebody is telling you that we cannot grow, yes, of course it will. Farming, for instance, we have to land to bring tractors, form cooperatives. It will not work. You form the farmers because we have outgrown using cutlasses and hoes to farm. So the process in Africa, these are the two. As I am speaking to you, it was only last year after the election I made another presentation. They are not too open to African countries or even foreign countries. They want to open up it. But the problem we normally have, even if these specialists are ready to come, and because some governors have made the way right. Where is the guarantee? In 2013, we ventured into modular refinery. I think we were even the first. It was actually the somewhere came. So the Nigeria factor is a very big problem because even if you bring it, hijack them from you. So the way out, actually, as the president has pronounced, the way out is mechanized farming. Let us choose about 10 states that are viable in Nigeria here. I can mention Benue, I can mention Niger State, I can mention Kaduna State, Nasarawa State, Plateau State, Kwara State. As I am mentioning them, this state where I live, even area that is not viable for one particular product or the other. But the problem is that the government, the state government, they don't even have an agenda. That was a time when I had a project in Osun State, and I was very, very much interested in agriculture. And I went to the Minister of Agriculture. Then when we were interacting and discussing, the ministry itself does not even have a farm. The ministry does not have a farm. Not to even talk of then we have people that are studying a Greek. Start from somewhere. Let's grow our food. Let's liaise with big countries. Holland. Holland is giving most of the milk we take in Nigeria, the cows. Very big. What happened? Mismanagement program. Why are we looking for foreign investors? If we don't have money, give them the impetus, give them the focus, give them the money, give them the agenda. They will perform wonder. They will use smart technology to perform wonder. But nobody is looking at them. Nobody is empowering them. We are reading in the newspaper that somebody take over 80 billion naira of a state. Okay, assume it's not even up to 80. 20 billion, 30 billion.
That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. empower the youth, give them agenda, and you will see everything worked out. Bring in the tractors, bring in the harvesters.
Engineer Sanni, you've said a lot, and one of the things you raised is the fact that some of the states that we know they have production capacity in terms of land mass and all of that, the Plateau, the Benue, the Kaduna, the Gombe, all of these countries, all of these states rather, something joins all of them, which is insecurity. The farms are not safe. Farmers cannot go to the farms. Farm produce, people are reportedly paying tax to bandits before they can access their own farms. These are the problems that associate with all of the states that you mentioned, and it's not even peculiar to the northern state alone. We've had cases of kidnapping even in Ekiti state, even in Osun state. So it's not like, oh, it's a northern issue. It's spreading everywhere. Farmers are reportedly getting killed on the regular basis in Benue state, in Kaduna state. There's a lot of problem in southern Kaduna. So if we say these are the states that the government should focus on, there's the fundamental problem of insecurity. How do we tackle this first? One of my guests, let me drive it home a bit. Just give me a few seconds. One of my guests said something a few weeks ago, that if we're able to fix power sector issue in this country and fix the security challenges of this country, we've sorted about 60% of our problems. How do we make our farms safe for foreign investors or even our local farmers to operate on a large scale?
Thank you very much. We have seen countries where that face this security and they get it solved. Can't we use their template? The problem I told you is this lagadesca attitude towards things. How can you tell me that you are the C&C or you are the governor of a state, and then you cannot come up with a solution even before the federal government will assist you to solve a problem in the state? There are drones everywhere you can that do surveillance these days. They give you data. Before, okay, look at kidnapping for instance. They have now thrown solution to kidnapping to poor families, to individuals. Why the state look aside? Why the police even sometimes are working with the bandits? The insecurity we are having in Nigeria, if it were to be just, let's say they call those people foreigners or they call them bandits or wherever they come from, and our own security men, they don't have hand in it, it will get solved within a week or a month or few months. But they have our own security agencies have complemented they have complemented insecurity. They are aiding abetting. If not, how can you tell me that somebody will use telephone to call for ransom and within 24 hours our police cannot get there? So if we want to solve insecurity, it will be solved. I am telling you the truth. Because we can take services of some countries, no matter how costly it is. We mentioned Russia just now. Snipers are there. Or we have American naval force. That normal, they can even. There was a time they kidnapped some Americans. They came to Nigeria here to come and collect them. So our life is less important. You see, the problem I have told you, yes, of course, if we solve insecurity, give us power. Why can't we have power for over 25 years of democracy? Why? Take it. Just don't go to America. Don't go to Russia. Look, Iran alone. Iran has power. Has 20,000 megawatts in a reserve. They did it by themselves. They are talking about uranium now. They have so many other things. They do them themselves. In Nigeria, here, I have told you, the problem is that there is no. Some people they say that no political will. But if there is no political will to do anything at all, then it means that we are not even in existence. Ajaokuta has been there for more than over 40 years. No political will to finish it. That is iron and steel. We cannot make fridge in Nigeria. No political will to do it. Television, we are importing. No political will to do it. So tell me, what are we existing for as human beings? Whereas those of us talking to you now, when we were in abroad studying, none of them can beat us. In fact, we are solving mathematics for them. We are resolving so many problems for them. Physics, call it anyhow. Most Nigerians that study in Russia, they graduated as a first-class student. Most of my colleagues are lecturers. The knowledge we even acquired now is going away because we don't even have anybody to pass it to. I left Ajaokuta for Russia. Ajaokuta is comatose. So the problem is that we must start now and get this thing solved. Insecurity, we can get it solved. The state has to be involved. The federal government should give assignment to each state that is facing insecurity. Get this thing solved. Recruit your men. We have idle men everywhere. People are ready to fight. Give them guns. Give us guns. Enter the foreigners cannot know the bush more than us. You want to tell me that in those states now, the foreigners are better, they know the place more than the indigenous? The hunters, give them AK-47 or 45. Let them enter the bush and push them away, kill them. But when we are window dressing everything, that is why things are lingering. Can you imagine 8 years of Buhari is gone? We are facing insecurity. We are in President
Tinubu is going to be a year next month.
We are still facing it. Then now Nigerians are dying of hunger. We don't have enough food. So I expect the president not only making pronouncement but to follow it up. And then he should make the Minister of Agri so that we follow it up, because if you are saying that he has made this pronouncement, they are bringing this tractor. Yes, I love one thing, and that the tractors are there, people can lease and bring it. Of course, I've witnessed this one. How many governors are following the footsteps? So the problem is that the problem is there. We have identified the problem. How do we solve it? And these are clear solutions. I have told you that I have foreign investors that are ready to come. The problem that they are facing, if I give them the go ahead today, I was in Abuja for almost 6 weeks to see Senate chairman on agriculture. Somebody was to connect me to him. If they don't tell me I'm going to watch ball in Côte d'Ivoire, they will tell me that he's attending one other function. I was not able to see him before I left. I gave the assignment to somebody else.
That's the chairman Senate Committee on Agric, not even the Minister of Agric himself.
Not even the Minister of Agric.
Interesting.
You have your project, if you go, even if you see him and you submit it, they will dump it.
Okay.
This refinery I told you that we have in Ondo State. This refinery, my investor, they bring 100% of the money we brought it by themselves. Okay. So, and yet you see face problems with Nigerians.
Now, Engineer Sanni, now you're coming in from the private sector, and very typical of most economies that are surviving is always a partnership. The government would always partner with the private sector, give them incentive, give them tax vacation on different ways, so that they would partner the government in creating employment and also increasing production. One of the things you majored in your studies in Russia had to do with production, and one of the problems that we have in this country is that we're an absolute consumption country. Even as little as toothpick, pencil, we import virtually everything that we consume in this country. How do you think the government needs to open up more to private sector?
Let me tell you, thank you very much. This question is very burning in my mind, so I have to even cut you short. Look, if you give me the baton of leadership today in this country, I'll give everybody important to this country 6 months. 6 months. If you cannot bring your partner to come and start production, we are closing that sector. Take for instance, people who are bringing in marbles, tiles. How can you stay in Nigeria where you have rocks everywhere and you are importing marble and you are importing whatever? You give an assignment, okay, just assemble all the investors or in that field. 6 months you can bring whatever you want to bring. But after 6 months, if you cannot bring your own company to come and establish in Nigeria, back up. We stop that importation. Let all the Nigerians be living without it. Because these are things that are draining our economy, draining our dollars. How do you take money from Nigeria here and go and buy stone, refined stone from somewhere?
And bring it back.
Look at spare parts, for instance. Spare parts. We are importing the vehicle and we are importing the spare parts. Why can't we manufacture the spare parts? That is why I will go back again to Ajaokuta, which I mentioned earlier. That's supposed to be the manufacturing hub for all vehicles. I read manufacturing technology and machine tools. That is how to create machine, how to maintain machine, But most of my colleagues, just like any other mechanical engineer, they are lecturers, no practical. So the only way out is to give an assignment and give a deadline. You're welcome. Tell them not to come in. I give a deadline. Do you understand me? If you tell people who are bringing in, look at even crude oil and diesel, how many years? I came back in year 2000. I met Nigeria importing diesel. Then the PMS. It is only now that Dangote is coming up, Port Harcourt is coming up, then one other one under production or under manufacturing, under processing. But for this year, we are draining our foreign currency to go and bring this thing. If you open your fridge, most of what you see there are imported. Why are we not producing them? So what we need to do is government should give incentives. Tell all everywhere in this country you can do one thing or the other. Give assignment. The state, I still go back to the state. The state are not encouraging at all. The state is just there to go and collect allocation and they share it. If they even share it evenly, it's another thing entirely. They select some few family members, maybe about 200 people in the state. They take over the economy of the state. The schools are dilapidated. They are not well equipped. I'm not even sure there's any government school in Nigeria today that has. I'm not sure there's any government school today that has a laboratory. That is modern laboratory. So as you mentioned, the solutions are there. We just need the government should just come hard, partner with the private sector. Our banking system is also very poor. They don't give money. They will not give money to the people that need it. Instead, they will borrow money to politicians. So these are the problems we have identified them, and I think hence we have a think tank in this country. I belong to a think tank that will come up with solutions, but when we write our solutions and
it's not implemented,
we wait. Sometimes we wait endlessly. So whatever we can do on our own, like my partners are available now, we want to make sure that our refinery start working very soon. That is the ones we can do. Then the agricultural sector, we have I have some people who are ready to come. I'm still working on it. I cannot present my country to outsider that, we cannot do anything. It's just like me telling them that I cannot do anything. So we're trying our best to see what we can do. And I love this program. We have to go on enlightenment. People like me, many of us are there. Many people are there, even better than me, that will help this country to get out of the woods.
Yeah, Engineer San, I would soon let you go. But before I let you go, I don't think it would be safe for us not to talk about the issue of petrol, or the issue of scarcity. Maybe it's artificial scarcity, or whatever English you want to use on it. You made mention of the modular refinery. You also talked about the Port Harcourt refinery. You talked about the Dangote refinery as well. How optimistic are you about the fact that if all of these refineries start
I'm very
performing
about that, because I know the Dangote refinery is going to bring is already bringing output. I know that Port Harcourt refinery is ready to bring product, but the problem I still have is the saboteurs. We don't that comes to patriotism. We don't love ourselves. You can see that whenever they increase petrol, in the following day the price is adjusted. But whenever they decrease the price
does not go down.
They will tell you that they have this. But then, what is the Department of Petroleum Resources doing? Well, you see, there was a time they interviewed one of the former president of this country. I don't want to mention name. They interviewed him. He said they don't need new policy. That the policies are there. We need only implementation. Of course, unfortunately, when they gave him the opportunity, he himself could not see. Maybe whenever they are there, whenever they are there, they don't see what's supposed to be done. What we need to do now is, if you see any station that is holding, close it down, or bring the product and sell it. If you are keen to buy new product at a cheaper price, and that new product is not yet out, must you hold the ones you have? So we are not people that feel for ourselves. And again, the problem is that the government is not doing fine. We don't punish offenders in this country. We don't punish offenders. All this sorry to say, I'll use the local language, all this blah blah blah, we are hearing about people stealing this and that. At the end of the day, after 1 or 2 months now, everything will be quiet. Whether the person was apprehended, whether the cases, some cases are in with years for 20 years. So if we are punishing offenders, I'm telling you the truth. This country, it will not take more than 3 years to fix it. I wish the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, this FSR, Tᴜɪᴛᴛᴇʀ would perform wonder. I voted for him. I campaigned for him. In fact, I came out as a what do you call it? As a Buhari to become party. But so far so good. I am telling you the truth. I am not happy.
Okay.
With the way this country is going.
Thank you so much, Engineer Abdallah Mohammed Sanni. Is a businessman, is the CEO of Griffin Energy Limited, is a political commentator, a business analyst and consultant, and of course is a crypto expert. Now, you started this conversation in about 5 minutes. I will say our goodbyes. You started this conversation with a quote. You said we have everything and we lack everything. Now, how do we migrate from having everything and lacking everything to having everything and not lacking anything? In your final word, how do we move into that?
Increase production. Start manufacturing everything. Start producing everything. Let's encourage our farmers. This is what we have been talking about. There's no country in the world that buys everything from outside that can be great. We just have to enter into manufacturing, food production, food processing, export. If we don't do this thing, there's no magic. All this one they are doing about naira, this naira, that it will never work. In the 70s, those of us who witnessed some part of the 70s, maybe we had everything. So we should also know that we have to go back and start production. Start production. If we start production today, you might not see the interest maybe the next year, but in the next few years to come, maybe 4 years before this tenure elapsed, you will see that even the prices of food will be coming down. This is not a rocket science. Just start doing it. Encourage. Look, in China, most of what we use in China are manufactured by students. All these toys you see, they are manufactured by students. So we have to just go back to the fundamentals. Start manufacturing. Encourage manufacturing. Discourage importation.
Thank you.
And Nigeria will get there.
Thank you very much, Engineer Abdallah Mohammed Sanni, for joining me on the show today. I would certainly keep in touch. Of course, we'll have you once or twice, and peradventure, anything brings you to Lagos, of course, would appreciate if you can join us live in the studio.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Yes, thank you. Yeah.
Okay, you're live on Milan 98.3 FM. Wow, really engaging conversation. I just had a session with Engineer Abdallah Mohammed Sanni. He operates within the energy sector and he's also the CEO of Griffin Energy Limited. He's a business consultant, he's a political commentator, and of course, he's a player within the private sector. And I intentionally brought up this conversation because I think it's high time for us to all tell ourselves the simple truth. The government is certainly not going to fix much around here. So it's almost like, garbage in, garbage out, try and error. Let's see, we want to work, which one will work better, which one will work faster, which one is going to benefit us, our political stooges, our political loyalists. Is basically just pushing things around and trying to see which one can work, which one can function. If you have a country that made progress 30 years ago, that was making progress 40 years ago, that was making progress 20 years ago, and while the other countries are making more progress, advancing in technology, advancing in health, advancing in agriculture, and we're literally just moving step backward. And I'm trying to understand how or what kind of developmental pattern we think we're practicing in this country. I mean, somebody just texted me now and he said he moved around for almost 4 hours before he was able to get a liter to buy 1,500 in the black market, and he still had to pay 500 naira for service charge. Please, what are you servicing? Did you sell from the pump? You sold from jerrycan to my car, and I'm still paying you service charges in this same country. And then you see them, it's not like they do the black market in the dark. It is you're on the queue, and right in front of you, you're seeing people selling what you are queuing to buy at almost double the price of what you are going to buy it. And you're asking, how are these guys getting this product out of the fuel station to come and sell by the roadside, and nobody is addressing them, nobody is accosting them, nobody is asking questions? I mean, we do these kind of things, and then you just ask yourself. I saw a video in Abuja on Saturday, where people were literally like a whole street, just fuel holders, just black marketers selling petrol in broad daylight in the Federal Capital Territory. And you just wonder, what kind of government do we have that cannot implement policies that will better the lives of the people that voted them into office, and even the one that didn't vote into office? I've always maintained the fact that the president is not the president of the APC. He's not the Yoruba president. He's not a Muslim president. He's a president of Federal Republic of Nigeria. He's a president of the over 200 million people in this country. He's a president for all. He's not the I'm not for everybody, I'm for everybody. He's a president for everybody, irrespective of your political affiliation, irrespective of your religious, irrespective of your tribal sentiment. The president should represent the interest of every single Nigerian. So when people have that level of impunity that you can sell fuel by the roadside, not even in the night, not in the early hours of the morning, during the day, and nobody is asking. Police vans, police patrol vehicles are passing, nobody is asking them, why would you be selling black market at any time, whether morning, afternoon, night? The things are supposed to be available to the people and accessible to all is made available to a few people for more gains. And at the end of the day, we still blame the government. I'll pick a call, then we'll take a break, take the headline news, pay some bills, and then we'll come back. Hello, good evening, Pastor Ambrose.
Good evening, Ope.
You're welcome to the show.
Unfortunately, your guest is no longer there. This guy is back. This guy is knowledgeable. And this guy is spot on. I pray that church people, why is government not using them? You hear what he said? He said he even, joined those that bidded for, modular refinery, but they didn't give him. But do you know what is paining me mostly? Mr. President, all sincerity, he is the most prepared man for this job since 1999. Does it mean since he has been preparing for this job, he had no plan? He power our generator? Same thing. Goodluck Jonathan and even Buhari. This president is paying me mostly.
Founders to pay some bills and also need to take the headline news by 5 o'clock. So the program returns immediately after 5, maybe about 5:05. Then I will just pick your calls and then we'll just go over the conversation. But I want to say this clearly. There's absolutely no excuse for this scarcity that will sit well with Nigerians. You have about 30 to 40 days reserves, which gives you a window to anticipate, a project and prepare. The people are managing to survive with the little they get amidst the rise of cost of living in goods and services, and you serve them scarcity for breakfast. Leadership should have human face. I'll be back on the turn of 5 o'clock. You're live on mainland 98.3 FM. It's the Situation Room. I'll take deadline news, pay some bills, and then the show will return. Don't go nowhere.
Pain seems anxious and uncertain. I understand the hardship you face. I wish there were other ways, but there is not. If there were,
in our quest to bring to the table issue-based conversation around nationhood and development, we have made 4 to 5:30 p.m. Monday to Friday the perfect time to welcome you into the Situation Room as we continue to build the narrative about public service and accountability.
Mr. President, this Senate needs to know. Mr. President, this Senate needs to lend its voice to the plight of these people. Mr. President, there is nowhere I can say it except here. This is why I'm elected. If I cannot say these things on this floor, sir, I better resign and leave.
As elections give the citizens the chance to make their political decisions, constant demand for quality leadership from those they voted into office.
Look at us, man, there is nothing. We are starving. Tinubu should please do something.
You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM.
When your whole world comes crashing down, please look up. Assemble the team. It's showtime with the brains. Waking up.
What'd you have for breakfast?
We are the sound of Lagos, and this is Mainland 98.3 FM.
You didn't see that coming, did you?
Are you seeking admission into a tertiary institution in Nigeria? Here is a big opportunity for you. The 2022-2023 admission into Èkó City Polytechnic is now open. Available courses are Computer Science, Theatre and Media Arts, Mass Communication, Science Laboratory Technology, Electronics Engineering, Accounting, Banking Operations, Business Administration, Multimedia Technology. Qualified students should have scored 100 and above in the last JAMB exam. Facilities at Èkó City Polytechnic includes well-equipped studio and laboratories, modern classrooms, innovative workshop, recreation space, and fully functional hostels. Our lecturers and tutors combine both academic and industry experience. Full-time and part-time admission forms are available for the 2022-2023 academic session at the campus Èkó City Polytechnic, Plot 100, Alhaji Onilewura Street, Ikoto Egbe, Lagos State. Èkó City Polytechnic is approved by JAMB, NBTE, and the Federal Ministry of Education. For more information, please call Moses 091-6254-0610, Wale 091-6292-7079, Praise 091-6269-9996, Adilawa 081-2658-0784, or visit our website www.ecocity.edu.ng. Èkó City Polytechnic, building industry-ready professionals.
To cook
correct food, they always give me joy. That's why anytime when I cook like this, I dey always season am with no cubes. Come add correct vegetables inside. Ugu, tatashe, shombo, onions. No one wey I no dey put. Na im make my pikin dem dey always enjoy my cooking.
Daddy, I never available. I want more.
You see? Sama all your food with correct vegetables. Come season am with no cubes for that ogbonge delicious taste. Today, chop better.
Build a fat water shield cement and confirm.
Hey, Oga, we don ready to start the foundation.
Say everything done set?
Yes, sir. Wetin remain now na to buy granite, sand, iron rods, concrete blocks, cement and...
Engineer, wait. Which kind cement una wan use? Tell me.
Na the normal cement, sir.
Sure? Una wan use normal cement for site wey waterlog? Haba! You never hear about Lafarge Water Shield? The new waterproof cement wey no dey let yamayama water wahala spoil house for waterlog area?
Sir.
Put full stop for water wahala for your building. If you wan build house for waterlog area, the correct cement for you na the new Lafarge Water Shield. Lafarge Water Shield na the ogbonge power waterproof cement wey dem formulate for areas wey get water wahala.
Lafarge cement. Build Lafarge Water Shield cement and confirm.
Put full stop for water wahala.
Who takes a plate of jollof rice to the next level of goodness? Is it when it is cooked with non-sizzling cubes for that sumptuous taste? Or when you serve it with correct Nigerian salad, cabbage, carrot, lettuce, and a bit of kidney beans?
It's both. Season your jollof with the rich taste of Knorr cubes and serve with plenty of vegetables. So, go ahead and elevate your meals. Today, eat for good.
Build a fat water shield cement and confirm.
Hey, Oga, we don ready to start the foundation.
Say everything done set?
Yes, sir. Wetin remain now na to buy granite, sand, iron rods, concrete blocks, cement and...
Engineer, wait. Which kind cement una wan use? Tell me.
Na the normal cement, sir.
Sure? Una wan use normal cement for site wey waterlog? Haba! You never hear about Lafarge Water Shield? The new waterproof cement wey no dey let yamayama water wahala spoil house for waterlog area?
Sir.
Put full stop for water wahala for your building. If you wan build house for waterlog area, the correct cement for you na the new Lafarge Water Shield. Lafarge Water Shield na the ogbonge power waterproof cement wey dem formulate for areas wey get water wahala.
Lafarge cement. Build Lafarge Water Shield cement and confirm.
Put full stop for water wahala.
You're welcome back. You're still live on Mina 98.3 FM. I'll pick your calls now and also read your messages on our social media platforms. It's facebook.com/Mina 98.3 FM. Before we went on that break, I had a session with Engineer Abdallah Mohammed Sanni. He's the CEO of Griffin Energy Limited. He's a social commentator. He's a business consultant. And most especially, he's a player within the energy sector. And if you followed us from 4 o'clock till 5 o'clock, then you understand that, we had, some good conversation. They talked about what the government needs to do. I talked about how the government needs to secure the farm and make the economy investors friendly. And at the end of the day, it capped it up with the fact that we need to go into production, we need to go into manufacturing, we need to make sure that everyone importing anything in this country is given a timeline of 6 months. Hey, from whatever you're importing, if your customers cannot come and set up their manufacturing plant in this country, then we're going to seize your import license. And hey, sometimes some difficult measures will need to be placed so that we don't continue to be at the mercy of the people sabotaging this economy. Chooks N on Facebook says every misgovernance or maladministration lies in the hands of the government, the executive, the legislature, the judiciary. It's unfortunate that we have the same type of people in government, even with the questionable legitimacy. The first station would prefer to sell to those black market people just for their selfish gains. It is the type of government that we have. Anything goes. The hardship is going to be double Now they said that the refinery would work before December, not April again. Shame on them, rogues. Okay, where is Yaya Bello today? Indeed, there was a country. Well, Chilton, thank you on Facebook. And I will tell you for a fact that there's still a country dial that I got your message. Mark Orji Kenny says, and the government should execute policies that would be friendly to the survival of the poor. The fuel prices had gone up again. Nigerians are really suffering. For the first time, I bought fuel for 1,300 naira. It's really painful. And the government needs to do something fast to save the situation before it goes out of hand. Kenny from Bagada. Thank you. Oluwatosin Williams on Facebook says, where do we go from here? There's fire on the mountain. It's clear that our leaders are wicked. Until we look inwards and grow this economy, we're all doomed. Okay. Please be kind with the words. Nigeria is in a conundrum. One wonders how would survive this. All I see is a retrogressive leadership from top to bottom. Let's go to the phone lines. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
You're welcome.
Yeah, Alaba is my name. Wishing from Ojo in Lagos.
Mr. Alaba, good to have you on the show today.
It's very sad and it's very unfortunate. I want to use this opportunity, being an APC member that I am, that I am so sorry for the ordinary Nigerians that they are undergoing this kind of hardship this time around. I'm talking, not that I'm just talking, I'm talking on behalf of my party. Even at all, at the national level, they never send me an errand to come and deliver this kind of message. But we at the grassroots, we know what is going on. We know what Nigerians are undergoing. I'm just coming back from work now. I know how much the people that took me to home bought it for now, 1,200 naira. So I want to use this opportunity to call on President Bola Tinubu that he should please always tune his radio to mainland FM every evening and other local radio stations. Solutions to the problem on ground, Nigerians are providing it there. So he should listen to the Nigerians through this media so that Nigerians can live and live in a good life. 1,200 naira is too costly, no matter the kind of system they want to operate. Just observe this thing. Just know that they don't pay salary to people, and I observe it that people are using the salary they just collected to pay for transport. You understand me? So this is very sad. So I want to appeal to Nigerians to just for this our party look in the direction that into the yearnings of Nigeria.
Thank you very much.
091. Good evening.
Thank you, and have a very good evening. 09136000410. Keep your calls coming in. I just go straight to the point. Hello, good evening.
Hello, okay, good afternoon, good evening.
You're welcome. Your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Malam, and I'm calling from Alabama.
Okay.
Abdallah, if you are listening, thank you so much, because I know you are a hardest member of APC and you have defended this president out. Thank you so much, thank you so much, thank you so much. Not much to talk about. Am I right?
Yes.
But when honestly, I don't know.
We highlighted all of the problems, and of course,
you talk about the car and being on the line. No, that is 1.7, right? While his agreement with the federal government is that he will be giving 600,000 barrels of crude. This will fund. We can't meet up. So let's assume the fund is why is the crude? Why is the crude? The answer is no, we don't have it. Okay. Let us tell ourselves the truth. As far as Malam Sana is concerned, we are in a stagnant government. A government that has no vision, has no anything. Make people hopeless. You understand? We have no direction. We just like a fleeted cockroach. Okay, today as we are. In fact, let me use myself as example. It is not because I have a caring wife that is assisting me. I don't know what's going on. You understand? So, somebody is standing somewhere in Riyadh. They have forgotten that Mr. President, that the people that he's talking about, Saudi Arabia, let me use Saudi Arabia as an example, why he is now. They run their government, their country, and subsidy. Okay, if Saudi Arabia imports something from Nigeria, you will get it cheaper in Saudi Arabia than Nigeria. All their money, all this is about subsidy. So if you are now telling the whole leaders that you remove subsidy, thinking you are hero, they will have had you in their mind. So give this subsidy, what are you even running the government? What is the benefit of them? You understand? So sometimes I don't know. And to be honest with you, this president is not prepared to do this job.
Thank you very much, Malam
He is
Salah.
not prepared. I repeat, without any apology. He is not prepared, and he is not taking us anywhere. Right now, I'll round up.
Yes,
By
let me
next
talk
week-
to other
by
people.
next week, yes, you will talk to them. By
Okay.
next week or by 2 days to come, we'll be in May, right? Fine. Let me hear from him what he will tell Nigerians that this is my achievement in my 12 months as your president.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Malam Salah. Thank you. That's a long one there. 0913-600-0410. Kabiru Adegbero says, I'm not happy about what we're experiencing at the moment. Life is indeed unbearable. The government should step up to resolve this suffering in this country. That's on Facebook, facebook.com/mainland98.3 FM. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, my brother.
You're welcome, caller. Your name and where you joining us from?
Yes, I'm calling from Ogun State.
Okay.
Yes, I'm Apostle Dr. Tᴏɪᴛᴛᴇʀ.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Now, I want to say this first and foremost. Nigeria is so much loved, and I'm speaking peace to Nigeria, and I believe this will reign in no distant future. Having said that, I look at what the scripture says, and I want to think with it so much that the problems we are facing in this country is the lack of righteousness. I want to tell you that we have not been having righteous people taking leadership positions. We have not been having them. And it is not enough to have good intentions. If you're not righteous, you don't have integrity, you are not going to make it work. It's not going to work. That's why Nigeria is not working. Let me say this. Nigeria is a disorganized society. In a disorganized society, you will be seeing what we are seeing today in our country. Tell me what. Now look at it. The crude oil we are sending out, it is Shell that is telling us how much of it is that is coming from an organized country. We don't know how many we have. Is that an organized country? We are not organized. Let me say this once again. Look at the democracy we are practicing today. We rush at it. Even the country called Nigeria, the amalgamation, we rush at it. And since then, we've been rushing at things. We are not prepared for it. In 1999, the military put some, words together called Constitution and handed it over to, former President, Obasanjo. Is that how to practice democracy? No, it's not working. The time has come that we stood up and make Nigeria work. Let me say this. The time has come, we start shopping for the personality that will take Nigeria out of this.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Keep the conversation going. You can follow us on our social media platforms. Facebook.com/mainland98.3 FM on X, formerly Twitter, it's mainland FM, and on Instagram and YouTube, it's mainland 98.3 FM. And the studio line to call is 091-3600-0410. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Dr.
You're welcome. Your name, where are you calling from?
Dr. Prince from Ojo, Lagos.
There seems to be some distortion on the background. Maybe you can move away from where you are.
Okay. Are you comfortable now?
Yes, it's better now. Go on, please.
Yes, I'm taking my time to listen to you and your guest for today. We're all Nigerians, and we feel the pains of this country at a time like this. It seems to be happy as such. But I know that one day, by the grace of God, we'll get it right. Some time ago, somebody said that Zambia shall be free. I know that Nigeria shall be free. Though it may take us a little time. Going by what's on ground, from my personal perspective anyway, I don't see the present government as having the moral strength to fight corruption or the political will to provide basic necessities that will facilitate development, basic infrastructure.
Hello? Okay, I'll appreciate if you can still call back. At the end of the day, the government knows what to do. Once the price gets to 1,002, they reduce it to 800, and Nigerians would go on and keep buying like that. That's Kunle from Oshodi. That's going to be ridiculous. Hello, good evening.
Very, very ridiculous. Opeyemi.
Prince Wise.
Yeah, Abdallah.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. You see, as it is now, I think somebody must be better for this because the DND of NNPC in the system, it was in the system. Why did this happen? Or they be taking it out of the street to tell us, if Mr. President come back, it will transfer this man, then it's like help that form. Or at part of the Sahutwa, another case, and your guest in the studio is spoken very well. When we talk about Ajakusa today, who is, I don't know what. So you start off. What many years ago, let me talk today, nothing happened. When we talk of electricity, we can use code for electricity, we can use all things. What are we doing? I just want all of my interpreters to do something and make sure they work. That all those that they want to start the government, because interpreters electricity work. And it must work because we are still the same now. And this way we are talking about we patriotic one where we do the future that is better. Because when the state subsidy money coming out, it's being up by the local state by the federal. How do they spend the money? Where are the money for agriculture? Where the money for electricity? Let it out 24/7 electricity this country. The people that take care of the electricity, they are not competent. Take it from them. That's number one. Two, mechanical farming is not the issue. We look at that part. So for start with green land in every part of our land. So that's what our government is doing about it. We can feed ourselves. Agriculture. We can export the cassava to China to other countries. If you want to build this country, I'm telling you, all of us must stand up to rebuild the country. Opeyemi, may God bless you where you are there.
Thank you very much, Prince Wise, and God bless you too. 09136000410. You're live on mainland 98.3 FM. This program comes up on the airwaves every Mondays to Fridays from 4 to 5:30. Pastor Ambu, it's good to have you back on the show.
Yes, sir.
You're welcome.
So the question I'm asking is it that Mr. President just wanted to get the main former president or what? Because he's the most prepared man for this job. Now, solution, okay? Your guest did say that they should go to Russia and find out how they are producing wheat. Let's look at, he said Iran, we have more than enough supply of megawatts. Why don't they send a team here? All these 20-man team that they are setting up unnecessarily. They should send people to go to Iran to find out how they have been able to do their energy. They should go to other countries to find out how they have been able to manage their petroleum. That is how a nation that wants to succeed does. After all, Malaysia came here to get palm oil, palm kernel, and today they are the largest, producer of palm kernel. What exactly do we have? If according to one of the caller, if our crude oil we are not producing enough, what are the technology that we need to improve so that we can produce enough? What do we need to do so that our electricity can be stable? What do we need to do so that our agriculture, every time we say it's the north that is supplying us food, our land is more arable than the north. You go to my hometown, we don't need agriculture. Where I stay here in Pakuro, just took cassava seed. If you see the cassava that will come out, I have a classmate. He lives around that Okada side. I went to his house one day. His sugar of yam was almost perfect. So, all of these things, Mr. President knows what. And there is another germane thing that Tղᶑ said. He said the governors. Honestly, the governors too, they are just indolent. They are lazy. They don't want to do anything. They just wait for this thing. The governors, what are they doing to make sure that their states are viable? All they just do is they just take money. When they take this money, they change it to dollar. They pay their children's school fees. They round trip. Okay, I know a chairman now that in Lagos that is going to end by next year. He's already he goes to UK almost every month now.
Thank you very much.
He goes to UK almost every 2 months now.
Thank you.
Good evening.
Thank you very much, Pastor Ambrose. Tomorrow is going to be another time on the show, and of course, Barrister Adams Atta would be with me on the show. We're going to look at some legal interpretations to some of the things that are happening in this country. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will be a year in office next month. That's on the 29th of May, and that's just about exactly a month from today. And what happens to failed political promises, propaganda as you call them, but manifestos the politicians always choose to call them. Hello, good evening. My last caller on the... Oh, that was loud. Hello, can you hear me now? Okay. It seems this caller is not ready to talk to us. Please kindly help us to have a very healthy conversation. When you're calling through, try to put down the volume on your radio set the moment we connect with you. Hello, good evening. Okay. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Opeyemi.
You're welcome.
Yes, Opeyemi. I will not take much. How many minutes do you allow for each caller?
Well, 2 minutes, maybe. Just let's go on.
No, sometimes Opeyemi, some of the callers spend more than 3 minutes.
Well, I'm
trying. Even at the end of the day, we are still saying the same thing. Just try to minimize the time, please.
Okay.
Because all that I have in mind, so sometimes you deny them. The only one person I will not talk because I will leave it for another time. It's the only one APC man that called Opeyemi that is very sincere today. Truly, he was very sincere himself. As a member of the APC, they should please with their president. Yes, he's just the president. He's not president for me. Truly, he's pleading that the president should do the needful. Opeyemi, that is just the only caller I enjoy today.
Thank you very much. Well, I've always tried to be as polite as I can be, so that I don't need to take people off. But so that I would have time for other people to also join the conversation. Please, let's always make it as brief as possible. Hello. Good evening.
Hello.
You're welcome. Your name and where you calling from?
My name is Tangod Arinze.
Okay, Mr. Arinze, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Tangod.
Okay, you have 90 seconds, please.
We don't have I like the fact that the program, the way the thing is going, but I just want to check in something.
Please go on.
If you just 3 things that Nigeria needs to do. 1, fight insecurity to the last. If you want to get this country, okay, fight insecurity so that people will go to farm and then begin to farm. Not that when they go to farm, their head will be cut off. Then pump energy into the system. It will attract foreign investors. Then you fight corruption. If these 3 things I tell you is in place, Nigeria will be a great country. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and of course I want to say a big thank you to everyone that called on the show today. First off, let me apologize to the calls I won't be able to pick anymore, and the messages I won't be able to read. Well, tomorrow is another day on the show. It's Tuesday, 4 o'clock. We'll be back to give you a fresh edition of the Situation Room live on Mainland 98.3 FM. Thank you to everyone that called in. Thank you to all of the messages, and please don't forget to always follow us on our social media platforms. It's facebook.com/mainland 98.3 FM, on X, formerly Twitter, it's mainland FM, and on Instagram and YouTube it's mainland 98.3 FM. Well, this is about the size of the package today. By 5:30 the full bulletin would come up, and by 6 o'clock we're going to be back to give you fresh and Monday edition of Sport Cruise on mainland 98.3 FM. Breaking news, words are flying around. I say that the NFF technical committee has approved a new manager for the Super Eagles. You get to hear all of that by 6 o'clock. My name is Opeyemi Akinyode. Thank you so much for joining me on the show. I'll be back tomorrow.